Well, this is the Kingsgate Hotel, Formula 3. And once again, a chance to have a look at Eric de Boer on the Colin Klein Motorcycles Kawasaki. Really got his racing off to a pretty good start here at Greymouth a few years ago. There he is, bike number 3. But out in the front, it looks like it's Scott Moyer on that RS125 frame, CRF 450 powered little 125 hybrid, if you like. Sort of following in the footsteps of Jason Easton. There he is. That is Scott Moyer from Rotorua. You'll see him in the Super Motards as well. Looks like de Boer goes through in second place. In fact, he dives up the inside and takes the front running. Then I think it would be number 7, and that's Neil Smith. And if you find Neil Smith, you won't have to go too far to find Brian Hill right beside him. They're on SB650 Suzukis, and they've been battling like there's absolutely no tomorrow. Well, this is a bit of redemption here for Eric de Boer on the Colin Klein Motorcycles Kawasaki, because he had his problems earlier on in the day. Cold tyres cost him big time. A bit of skin and a whole lot of fiberglass off the fairing, but he's back. And he leads it. Second place is Scott Moyer. Out of turn 1 they come. Down the smoke-free straight, the short chute. Then it's another right-hand corner as they go up the Greymouth Car Centre Straight, which is Guinness Street when it's not closed off to be having the Greymouth Street races. Oh, a little bit of a change there in the battle for second, third and fourth. The Suzuki's starting a monster Scott Moyer now. Scott Moyer, not a small boy, and he looks pretty cramped on that little 125, but it's the perfect setup for street racing, he tells me. 253, there he is on the little RS125. It's a 125 Grand Prix frame with a CRF 450 single 450cc motocross engine in it. 3, 253, 7 and 28 the order. Then I think we'd go back to number 9, and that's Robbie Stokes. The rest of the field coming through now. You can see for yourself that there's a fair different variety in Formula 3. Number 11 there, Graham Boyd on another SV650 Suzuki. They seem to be the bike to have, because for the last few years, the SV650 Suzuki has ruled the roost in the national title chase in Formula 3 with the likes of Terry Fitzgerald and Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams down here a couple of years ago, virtually unbeatable. This man would like to carry that reputation. This is Eric de Boer from the West Coast on the Kawasaki. That bike's been around for a long, long time. Andy Bolwell rode that bike to a national title a few years ago now. And I know that Andy's been helping Eric out for the last few seasons, and it's certainly paying off because he's starting to put a little bit of daylight between himself and the rest of the field now. There's a bit of a battle for the minors here. Graham Scott there on the KTM Duke, the Super Duke, as we told you. We saw that in the Bears race, remember? They're battling just in and outside the top 15 as we go back to the front of the field once again. De Boer leads it, Moyer in second. Then it would be number 7, and that is Neil Smith, and then Brian Hill, number 28. Both of them on SV650 Suzukis, and you'll see the red number plate. That means that they're in Pro Twin setup. It's a new class that's come into motorcycling in New Zealand over the past few years. Oh, one just drifting a little bit wide there, and I got a feeling that that was Brian Hill. So he's paid the ultimate price and just lost whatever advantage he had. Checkered flag comes down. It is number 3. Eric de Boer gets the win. Second place will be Scott Moyer on the little 125 frame hybrid, and in behind him it'll be Neil Smith, bike number 28. Next, in fact, bike number 7. Next one will be bike number 28, and that is Brian Hill. Robbie Stokes will come across the line in 5th place, and behind him, Blenheim's Jock Woodley. So the official results see de Boer getting his first win of the day here at Greymouth from Moyer, Smith, Hill and Stokes. Eric, when we talked to you 2 years ago, you're an absolute greenhorn at this at Greymouth. Well, what a lot's happened in 2 years.
Yeah, it has. Well, the sun's shining for starters, but yeah, in the last 2 years we've come a long way. I mean, I'm really blessed that I got under the mentorship of Andy Bolwell, a past Formula 3 champion, and his team at Colin Klein Kawasaki have given me a lot of tips and a lot of horsepower that's really helped out.
In this month's Subway Classic Pre-63s now, and if you're a betting man, you'd have the house on Neville Wills because he's won the 2 previous races, and there's nothing to say he won't win this one. Have a look for him, number 52. There he is, diving down the inside. But, Joe Annan's going to keep them honest as they work their way through turn number 1 by the look of it. Alan Bland will be in there as well, you can guarantee that. Bike number 43. And come down the short chute and then up the Greymouth Car Centre Straight, and it is bike number 43 in the front, so maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe we're not going to have a clean sweep by Neville Wills. We'll just keep an eye on that as they work their way down towards the Union Hotel. 43 leads it, 52 in second place. And then we've seen that so many times before. He just lets Alan Bland get away a little bit and then just reels him in as the laps wind down. There's not many laps to wind down, only 5 laps. So there's sprint races here at Greymouth. They're working down Boundary Street at the moment, heading to the Lowe's Super Liquor Supermarket roundabout. They've turned on the inside of that, opposite to how you do it if you're in your road car when the roads are open. See all the hay bales and the plastic bottles there for safety reasons. And here comes the challenge from number 52, and that is Neville Wills. And he dives down the inside as they work their way through the first turn. That is the Fresh Choice corner, down the short chute, the smoke-free straight, then through the Revington's Hotel corner, up the Greymouth Car Centre straight, and status quo has been resumed. 52, Wills in the front, Bland back in second place, and they've already put a fair bit of distance between themselves and third place. Got a feeling that that would be Adrian Walker. We'll have a look when he gets a little bit closer. It is number 132, Adrian Walker. Then it'd be number 170, and that's Dennis Ibiza from Nelson on the BSA DBD 34 from 1959. Race leader Neville Wills riding a 54 vintage BSA 500. 43, Alan Bland's on a Triton Twin 61. And then number 132, Adrian Walker on an Amici Ayla Di Alloro 350. And that's an interesting machine. It's a hybrid if ever there was one. It's a hybrid that's probably well ahead of its time. Have a good look at that, number 132. And behind him, Dennis Ibiza on the BSA. Well, it's a chance for the big crowd here at Greymouth to have another look at these amazing machines. And you'd have to say amazing riders, because some of these guys probably about the same vintage as their machines. But still getting the job done, and getting the job done well. And certainly in the first 4, Wills, Bland, Walker and Ibiza, and they've cleared away from the rest of this field. And Neville Wills is just starting to pull away appreciably now from Alan Bland. Wills from Nelson, Bland from Christchurch. In fact, Bland's probably got all he can handle now from number 132, and that's Adrian Walker on the Air Mackie. There he is, getting a little bit closer. Probably hasn't quite got the handling of the Triton. So as the name suggests, pre-1963. This is a 1954 BSA 500, and that is Neville Wills from Nelson. He's out in front. Now, who's going to be in second place? Will it be the Air Mackie or will it be the Triton? It'll be the Air Mackie. Number 132 comes out of the short chute, the smoke-free straight, down the Greymouth Car Centre straight in second place now. Adrian Walker from Christchurch. I think he's going to run out of laps if he wants to challenge for the lead, but he might get a silver medal here. Oh, a little bit of a moment there as they went past the Union Hotel for the race leader. But he's recovered. It's number 52, Neville Wills. The Air Mackie still sits in second place, Adrian Walker, and in third place it is Alan Bland, so no change. Race leader comes down towards the lap scorers and the majority of the crowd here and goes down the King's Gate straight. Once again, checkered flag comes out, and it is a clean sweep for Neville Wills of Nelson. Second place, well, the thumbs up, and it goes to number 43, and that's Alan Bland from the Air Mackie of Adrian Walker. Battle of the Miners now, bike number 8 there. That is Barry Girdler from Christchurch on another Air Mackie, and 47 in behind him, and that was Joe Annan from Kaikoura. Here's this week's Care Track. Probably the biggest field of the day. Well, maybe the Super Motards are, but these are the Fresh Choice sponsored buckets. And this is the introductory class to New Zealand road racing. Now, they're probably a little bit unfamiliar on the wide open spaces of the street circuit, because normally buckets race on closed circuits like go-karts and sometimes in car parks. And it treats the rider to all the skills of throttle control and handling. And there's only one man so far in the buckets, and that is Daryl Cotton. And that is Daryl Cotton out on the front, I think. Nick Kane is in there as well. Now, Nick Kane is a very accomplished 125 Grand Prix rider. In fact, finished in the top 5 in the New Zealand Championship. And, of course, we've got Matthew Hugenbosen out there as well as Alistair and James Hugenbosen. And it is number 43 at the moment, and that is Alistair Hugenbosen. So Hugenbosen, second last year to Tim MacArthur of Otago in the 125 chase, but this is his bucket machine. And I think he's got a mechanical issue. I don't think he's got a rear brake. And he's going to overshoot the Lowe's Super Liquor roundabout, and it's going to cost him first place. Well, he threw it away in the previous bucket race as well. He had a mechanical issue. He pulled off to the side of the track and then got back on and ended up finishing in the top 10. I don't think he's going to get back on this time. So number 17 is your race leader, and that is Daryl Cotton from Christchurch, and he has won both previous bucket races so far here at the 20th anniversary Greymouth Motorcycle Street Races. And there he is. Second place is bike number 3, that's Nick Kane, another 125 refugee. And behind him, it looks like it's number 14, and that's Kirk Pritchard from Alexandra. And there is Hugenbosen. Now, what has happened here? It looks like his race is done. And it's played into the hands of this man, Daryl Cotton from Christchurch. There's Nick Kane. Nick Kane making his first visit here to Greymouth. That's why he's got the yellow t-shirt on. That's to tell the other riders that he's a rookie, and just to bear that in mind. This man isn't a rookie, and that bucket is an absolute masterpiece. And that man is Daryl Cotton. It's the Honda MB125RS 1992 version. Now, you're probably wondering where the name bucket comes from. Well, originally, or so people tell me, that buckets originated from Air Force personnel at the Wigram Air Force Base. And as the name suggests, they're made up of buckets of bits. And they're governed to 150cc if it's a 4-stroke, 125s if it's a 2-stroke. I can tell you it's a 2-stroke in the front at the moment, and that's Daryl Cotton on the 125, the 92 version. And that machine is a result of some fine fettling, and as I said before, it is absolutely immaculate. I saw it in the pits before. You could eat your food off it. It's a credit to Daryl, and his results so far here at Greymouth have been a credit to him as well, because he has won every bucket race thus far. Nick Kane is trying hard in second place on the 150 CBR, but he's not quite close enough to challenge our race leader. And there he is, heading up towards the Lowe's Super Liquor roundabout once again to complete another lap here of the 5 that are the sprint racing for the buckets and all the classes here. Yes, and he can even afford to have a cheeky look behind, because he knows that Nick Kane hasn't got an answer. Third place is Kirk Pritchard still, then it's Brendan Booth back and forth. You'll get a look at him in a minute. There he is, just coming through the shot. Then there's a great battle going on between Kevin Orr, Daryl Johnson and James Hugenbosen. And just in the back of the shot there, you'll see number 43, and that is Alistair Hugenbosen. Now, he was leading when he overshot the Lowe's Super Liquor roundabout. He had a mechanical issue. He's back, and once again, we're going to see a come-from-behind ride here from this very talented Christchurch man. Finished second in the 125 National Championships last year to Tim MacArthur from Otago. In the second heat of the buckets, he gave them a start because he pulled up on the side of the road and then came back and finished in the top 10, and I think he'll probably do it again here. 17, Daryl Cotton, he's going to go through and win it because he's on his last lap now. So the only thing that's going to stop him is a mechanical issue, and I don't think you're going to see that as he works his way down towards the checkered flag. So it's a clean sweep for Daryl Cotton. Bike number 17, the man from Christchurch, the Honda, gets the win to make it 3 out of 3. In second place it will be Nick Kane, and in third place it will be Kirk Pritchard. Fourth place would be Brendan Booth, and in fifth it'll be Kevin Orr. Sixth place will go to Daryl Dawson, and in seventh it'll be James Hugenbosen. I'm just having a look through the back of the shot just to see where Alistair is going to finish up here. Just looking out for bike number 43. Remember, he was leading it for a time. Here he comes now, so he's just outside the top 10, but it's a pretty good recovery for the young man from Christchurch. So Daryl Cotton gets a clean sweep in the buckets. In second place in heat number 3, Nick Kane, and in third, Kirk Pritchard.
In this month's Dirt Rider Down Under.
Well, this is the man's West Coast Formula Greymouth, and it's the best against the rest. And have a look out there for number 76, Hank Randall. He's been the fastest man on 2 wheels here at Greymouth so far. 32 Ormsby keeping him honest. Number 147, Daniel Perriton, looking to go up the inside on the Honda but can't make it stick, but he moves into second. It pushes Ormsby wide, but I think he'll be in third as they come out of the smoke-free straight. Big field, and it's Ormsby that takes the front running. Well, we saw this in the previous Formula 1 race as well. Ormsby on the 675 Triumph, Hank Randall on the 1000cc Honda Fireblade, and number 147, Daniel Perriton on another Honda machine. Perrotin in the yellow t-shirt, so he's a newbie. Just in behind them, I think it might have been Chris Ellie on the 12 on the Suzuki. Also Eric de Boer in there as well. But it's Ormsby's going to take them through for the first of 5. All a bit of a vicious head shake there from Hank Randall on the Fireblade, and he's trying hard. Goes to the brakes just fractionally later than Ormsby, picks up a little bit of ground, and here comes a big charge down the Kingsgate front straight, but it's not enough. Ormsby riding very defensively, tips it into the Fresh Choice corner, and down the smoke-free straight they come, and it's the Honda struggling to stay with the Triumph as they head up the Greymouth car centre straight once again. Now you would think that the 1000cc machine would have too much, and he tries to go up the inside. Ormsby sees it coming and cuts him off. Well, Daniel Ormsby's been around a time or two before. He knows all about racecraft, and he knows how to be aggressive. We've seen him many times on the R1 Yamaha, but here he is on a Triumph Daytona, the 675cc machine. The resurgence, if you like, for that fantastic mark from Great Britain. Second place man on the Honda, that's Hank Randall. And they've put a bit of daylight between themselves now, and Daniel Perrotin, he's still through in 3rd place. Ricky Mackay up there as well. Just got a glimpse there of the 626 of Jock Woodley, and of course he is the brother of John and Bruce Woodley, his probably more famous siblings. Jock doing a good job on his RGV 250 Suzuki. Meantime, this man doing a great job on the Triumph, and that is Daniel Ormsby. Well, Hank Randall was dominant in the Formula Ones. It took him a while to get around Ormsby, but maybe Ormsby's going to change the tune a little bit here. Maybe the Triumph just a little bit more nimble in the handling department. They shoot down Boundary Street, head up towards the Lowe's liquor supermarket roundabout. Randall close enough to pounce, but just not quite ready to do so just yet. Gets very close to the hay balers as they go down the Kingsgate front straight once again. White flag out, so if he's going to do something, he's going to have to do it soon. We go back to a battle further back in the field. Number 24, Chris McMeekin, and also Neil Batchelor battling it out, but they're a long way down. This is what's happening at the very front of the field. Here comes the last gasp pass from Hank Randall. Can't do it. Ormsby cuts him off again. Randall runs it a little bit wide. He'll hold on to 2nd place, but he's lost any advantage, any attacking advantage he might have had of Ormsby as they head up towards Boundary Street and down towards the roundabout and the checkered flag. So Ormsby's going to carry the day. Look at this battle for the minors. 51, Ricky Mackay's in it. So too is Daniel Perrotin. Yamaha on Honda. The Yamaha gets the power down a little bit better out of the corner. Meantime, at the front of the field, round the roundabout for the last time comes Daniel Ormsby on the Triumph 675. He wins it. In 2nd place it is Hank Randall, and in 3rd place we'll wait for the 3rd because it was very close between Perrotin and Mackay. It is Ricky Mackay from Daniel Perrotin. Number 12, Chris Ellie, the next one across the line. Then we go back to 3, Eric de Boer, and then it is bike number 27, and that is Alex Walker from Christchurch on another Honda CBR 1000 RRR. So that's how they finished in Formula Greymouth, brought to you by Mans and the West Coast Motel Association of New Zealand.